Welcome back. So, we've talked about the massive challenge of writing AI policy for a constantly moving target. But let's be real, a great policy on paper is pretty much useless if you can't actually make it stick. Today, we're talking about how to bridge that gap from paper to practice.
Now, this is part 2 of our 3-part series presented by Virtualization Options LLC. We're diving deep into Chapter 2 of their research to tackle a huge question. How in the world do you govern a technology that basically reinvents itself every few months?
And look, it's so important to get this. AI governance is not a set-it-and-forget-it kind of thing. The guidance we're digging into today, it's a snapshot in time. As the tech changes, the recommendations have to change too. What we call a best practice right now might be totally obsolete in 6 months. That's why this research is constantly being refined as new info comes to light.
So imagine this. Your organization has done all the hard work, you've got a comprehensive, really thoughtful AI policy. Fantastic. But here's the billion-dollar question that stops so many companies dead in their tracks. Can you actually enforce it?
This is exactly where technical AI governance comes in. And no, this isn't just another buzzword. Think of it as the practical engineering, the nuts and bolts that build the bridge from your policy document to your day-to-day reality. It's what turns your big, high-level goals into concrete actions you can actually enforce.
We're going to break down how to build this governance bridge by focusing on 3 absolutely essential pillars: the human foundation, the principled blueprint, and the adaptive toolkit.
All right, let's start with Pillar 1, the foundation. Because before you get to any of the fancy tools or rules, you have to have the right people who know what they're talking about.
And the research is super clear on this. The single most important strategic investment you can possibly make is in your own people. I mean, if you're just relying on outside vendors, you're basically flying blind. You can't really vet their claims, you don't even know the right questions to ask, and you definitely can't see all the hidden risks.
Building this expertise isn't a one-time thing. It's a continuous loop. Yeah, it starts with getting top talent in the door, but it's just as crucial to upskill the team you already have. The real magic happens when you integrate them, getting your tech, legal, and policy folks working together from day one on a project. And finally, you have to build a culture where they feel challenged and want to stick around for the long haul.
Okay, so you've got the experts. What's the game plan you hand them? Well, that brings us right to Pillar 2, the blueprint. These are the core principles that need to shape every single AI project you do. First up, fairness. And this isn't some fluffy, feel-good idea. This is a hard technical challenge. It means you're rigorously testing your models to make sure they're not just amplifying existing biases, in things like hiring algorithms or loan applications, and that they're actually producing fair outcomes for everybody.
Next, we have transparency. Think about it. If an AI model denies someone a loan, they deserve to know why. This isn't about giving away your secret sauce. It's about giving people enough insight into the decision-making process so they can trust it and, if needed, challenge it.
Then there's accountability. If an autonomous car gets into an accident, who's responsible? The algorithm did it, just doesn't cut it. Accountability means you have clear, established lines of human responsibility for the AI's entire lifecycle, so there's always a path to figure things out when they go wrong. And finally, privacy. This one is foundational. AI models are hungry for data, and a lot of that is personal data. This principle is all about putting rock-solid protections in place and giving people real, meaningful control over how their information is used. Now, actually applying these principles gets really tricky, really fast, because the world just can't agree on one set of rules. You can see here, the EU is all about fundamental rights. The US is taking a more hands-off, industry-led approach, and China is laser-focused on social stability. If you're a global company, this isn't just some academic debate, it's a compliance nightmare that directly shapes how you build and launch your products. So, you've got the people and you've got the principles. Now for Pillar 3, the toolkit. This is where we get our hands dirty and talk about the actual tools and, maybe more importantly, the mindset you need to make governance happen and adapt as you go. Let's face it, you can't enforce fairness across a million decisions a second with a manual checklist. It's impossible. You need a technical toolkit. We're talking about things like automated audits that constantly hunt for bias, impact assessments that let you game out worst-case scenarios before you go live, and real-time monitoring to make sure your systems are staying in line.
But, and this is a huge but, you have to remember these tools are aids. They are not replacements for human judgment. A tool can flag a potential problem, but it can't make an ethical call. That final, nuanced decision, that has to stay with a human expert, always.
This all points to a really fundamental shift in mindset. It's about moving from being reactive to being proactive. There's a name for it: anticipatory governance. It's the difference between scrambling to deal with the latest AI breakthrough and already having a framework in place ready to manage it.
And this isn't a project with an end date. It's a cycle that never stops. You're constantly monitoring what's on the horizon, analyzing what it could mean, designing flexible policies, and then implementing them. Then you evaluate how it went, and you start the loop all over again. You're basically building the organizational muscle for constant adaptation.
So how do you know if any of this is actually working? Well, you have to completely redefine what success even means. It's not just about technical accuracy anymore. As you can see, real success is a balanced portfolio. Is the system fair? Have we reduced risk? Are our users happy? Are we compliant? If you only look at one of these slices, you're setting yourself up for failure.
You know, this quote from the source material just nails it perfectly. The organizations that are going to win in the AI era won't be the ones with the single best model today. They'll be the ones that master the art of continuous, thoughtful adaptation.
So the core takeaway here is simple, but it's everything. You cannot govern a dynamic, fast-moving technology with a static rulebook. It just won't work. Your entire governance framework, your people, your principles, your tools, has to be built for change from the ground up.
And that really leaves us with one final question for you to take back and think about. Is your organization built to react to change, or is it truly ready to adapt? Because the answer to that question is going to define your future.